Hello, YouTube. Hello, Oilers fans. And welcome to Game 7 of the Edmonton Oilers preseason up against the Seattle Kraken. The Edmonton Oilers are in Seattle to take on the Seattle Kraken. And as I said, this is the 7th of 8 preseason games for Edmonton. They will conclude their preseason on Friday against the Vancouver Canucks. Now, tonight, we have a lot of stuff to talk about. There's a lot to talk about. There is the Oilers lineup that we're going to get to. We're going to talk about I would say, 7 players who are fighting for 3 roster spots. And we're also going to briefly talk about the trade the Oilers made today in acquiring Connor Ingram from the Utah Mammoth. We'll get to that in a little bit. Let's start with the lineups tonight. The Edmonton Oilers not icing their top guys tonight. This is very much an AHL lineup going up against Seattle, who will probably be icing a very NHL-heavy lineup. Here's who Edmonton is icing tonight. So top line, Adam Henrique between Andrew Mangiapane and Matthew Savoie. Henrique's spot on this team is guaranteed. Matthew Savoie's spot on this team is guaranteed, and so is Andrew Mangiapane's. And Savoie and Mangiapane have had some chemistry in this preseason so far. I've liked what I've seen from the both of them, so it makes sense they would be playing together. Potentially, they might be playing on the third line with David Tomashik, who unfortunately is not playing tonight because he's sick. The injury and illness bug has swept through the Oilers locker room, and we haven't even started the regular season yet, but that's okay. I'd rather it happen now than later on. So your top line, again, Adam Henrique between Andrew Mangiapane and Matthew Savoie. Second line, Trent Frederic between Isaac Howard and Kasperi Kapanen. Howard is one of the players that is fighting for a roster spot, and I will get to that in a few minutes. Trent Frederic, of course, scheduled to play on that top line with McDavid and Draisaitl, had a good showing against the Canucks a couple of games ago, scored a goal by going to the net. So it'll be interesting to see how he continues in the regular season. And then we have Kasperi Kapanen, a good depth player for Edmonton, scored the game-winning and series-winning goal against the Vegas Golden Knights in Game 5. Third line, we have Curtis Lazar between Josh Szymanski and Quinn Hudson. Szymanski and Hudson, 2 players I'm adding to that list of 7 that I see fighting for spots. And I will get to the full list of players in a bit. And then these 3 were literally emergency call-ups tonight because of the injury and illness bug. Mariella with Clattenburg and James Hamblin. Those guys were initially sent down by Edmonton to Bakersfield, and then Edmonton got sick and injured, and they had to call these guys up for this preseason game. So that's your fourth line. For your defense, we have Darnell Nurse with Alec Regula, Brett Kulak with Ty Emerson, and Atro Lepinen with Stetcher. I would have liked to have seen them go with Lepinen and Regula together. I saw one guy say Nurses with Stetcher, Lepinen's with Regula. The one I have right now is Nurses and Regula. I guess I can get something official from the Edmonton Oilers. Here we go. Nope, they are going Nurse, Regula, Kulak, Emerson, Lepinen, Stetcher. This is coming from the Edmonton Oilers themselves. Regula and Lepinen, I thought, had fantastic games against the Vancouver Canucks. After the first period, they were both leading the Oilers in ice time. They were on the penalty kill. Lepinen was, I believe, took some reps on the power play. These 2 guys, I'm very happy to see. And then your goaltenders tonight, Calvin Pickard and Stuart Skinner. I was unaware Skinner was in the lineup tonight. I know that the plan is for Pickard to play tonight against Seattle, and then Skinner gets to start against the Canucks. But I was unaware that Skinner is backing up tonight. So that was a surprise to me just now. 1 week from today, exactly around this time, the Edmonton Oilers will be kicking off their regular season against the Calgary Flames. I will be streaming that game as I'm streaming it right now on this channel with the scoreboard and all that. I am very excited to see what Edmonton can do. Now, let's talk about the players fighting for roster spots. As I said, I see 7 players all fighting for roster spots on Edmonton right now. The players are in no particular order as follows: Matthew Savoy, Isaac Howard, Quinn Hudson, Alec Regula, Atro Lepinen, David Tomashik, and Josh Szymanski. Those are my 7 players I see battling for, and I said this, 3 roster spots. Now, I know people are going to go, well, hang on. How can you have 7 players battling for 3 roster spots? That seems the math is not mathing. I know. Now, right off the bat, I'm going to start eliminating some players based on a couple things. So the first player who I think is going to be out is, unfortunately, Atro Lepinen. And it should be noted that all of these players who I mentioned are going to be cut, it has nothing to do with their performance so far. Every player that I've just mentioned has played beyond phenomenally for Edmonton. They have come in with youth and energy and skill, and they have come out and they have shown that they are worth playing in the NHL. The problem is, positional wise, Edmonton doesn't need them. So Lepinen is out. The first player I think is out is Lepinen. And the reason is, again, not performance based, but this is the reason why. First of all, Lepinen is a left-handed shot. Edmonton has 4 left-handed shots on the roster by default: Ekholm, Nurse, Wallman, Kulak. Where does Lepinen play? You're not putting him on the top line. Even if Ekholm regresses, you have Jake Wallman there, right? So you're not putting Lepinen on the top line. You're not putting him on the second line. And the third line is already occupied by Brett Kulak. On top of that, Atro Lepinen does not require waivers, meaning that if Edmonton wants to send him down, they don't have to worry about 31 other teams looking at him going, this seems like a good addition to our team. Young defenseman, can move the puck well, relatively cheap cap hit. We're going to take him. So by default of the Oilers already logjam on the left D, and the fact that he doesn't require waivers, Lepinen is already an odd man out on the back end. And again, it has nothing to do with his performance. His performance has been fantastic for Edmonton, as we have the anthems going on here. By the way, I am watching this on Oilers Plus. I will link. Let me link the chat, or the stream in chat. There we go. We're just gonna boom. There we go. So Lepinen is my first guy out because of position. The second player I think who might be on the out is Ike Howard. Now, again, not performance based. Ike Howard is might be the odd one out because he's a left winger. And again, where are you going to put him? You're not putting him on the top line with McDavid. although you probably could. You're not putting him on the second line with Draisaitl because my understanding is that Draisaitl likes having Vasily Podkolzin there, and I think Podkolzin's going to have that spot. And, I mean, you could put him on the third line, but the way that Edmonton is right now, looking at the top two lines, you have McDavid with Draisaitl and Frederick. So Draisaitl's on the top line left wing. Second line, you're probably going to have Nuge with Mangiapane and Savoy. So Mangiapane's on the second line left wing. Third line left wing, I'm saying, is going to go to probably Kapanen. And your fourth line is going to be one of Matthias Janmark, Adam Henrique. There's a logjam at left wing. Now, that being said, you never know, right? But based on, again, the logjam, and admittedly, Howard's defensive game could use a little bit of work. I know I said it wasn't performance-based, but let's be honest here. Howard's defensive game could use a little bit of work. So, for that reason, I think Ike Howard is also the odd man out. And finally, the next player out, I believe, is Josh Szymanski. And again, only because of the logjam we have at left wing, right? And that's it. So we've had 7 players. Now we're down to 4. Okay? So who are the 4 that are still in contention? Hudson, Regula, Tomashik, and I don't know who the other ones are. As the puck is dropped and Seattle enters the Oilers zone. Who was I said was the other one? Tomashik, Regula, Hudson, Tomashik. And Savoy. I think I said Savoy. Although Savoy is probably going to make the team. Oh, here we go. Potential breakaway. Puck is going to be disrupted by Kulak just enough to roll in on Calvin Pickard, who's going to smother that puck. So that leaves 4 spots. 4 players for 3 spots. Well, my understanding is that they're going to have Szymanski on the third, or not Szymanski, Tomashik on the third line, so he makes the team. Savoy's making this team regardless. I think he's had a great preseason. He's been good enough. Regula, I think, could be on the realistically, here's what I see. I see the 2 players who might start in the press box to start the season are going to be Quinn Hudson and Noah Philp. Noah Philp was the guy I was thinking of. I said Savoy, but I meant Noah Philp. Noah Philp's going to make the team anyway. But the 2 guys I can see starting the season in the press spots are Alec Regula and who's the other one I'm looking at here? Quinn Hudson, right? Now, Regula's in a fight with Troy Stetcher and Ty Emerson for that third pairing right D slot. And I think Regula's been pretty good at that so far. So he's in contention with those 2. Quinn Hudson is in contention for guys in the bottom 6, most notably Savoy. It's just the problem I have with Edmonton is on paper it makes more sense to have Quinn Hudson and Tomashik playing over guys like Janmark and Henrique. I would like to see those 2 guys playing ahead of Janmark and Henrique. The problem is you're not going to get, the Oilers have a 3-on-1 rush. Quinn Hudson, he's going to try and go cross ice, can't do it. 3-on-1 rush. Edmonton gets nothing out of it, and the Kraken are just going to dump it into the Oilers. I don't know who's starting for Seattle. Is it Joey Decord? I don't know. Ideally, I'd like to see Janmark and Henrique sitting while guys like Hudson and Tomashik and Philp get these opportunities, but the way Edmonton's going to go is that they're not going to get the opportunities they need. Regula as well as a guy I'd like to see playing as well. But in any case, so those are the battles I see Edmonton going at here as the Oilers clear the puck out of their zone. Now, the only other bit of news we have is the Oilers acquiring Connor Ingram from Utah. And I think that is an absolute tidy. Yeah, it looks like Joey Daccord is starting for Seattle. That is a tidy bit of business by Stan Bowman. So let me explain what happened here. So a couple days ago, the Utah Mammoth placed Connor Ingram on waivers. Now, statistically, Connor Ingram is not like a quality starting goaltender. He's not an Andrei Vasilevsky. He's not a UC Saros. He's not a Sergei Bobrovsky. He's not that kind of a goalie. He's a good tandem goalie / decent backup. In fact, looking at his stats over the last few years, they're not that much better than what Stuart Skinner and Calvin Pickard have on the stat wise. But I will say this, the one thing I like about this move from Bowman, as the Seattle Kraken have a great opportunity here. Jaden Schwartz on a partial breakaway with a stop by Calvin Pickard. Was that Witherspoon? I don't know who that is. Number 26 for Seattle. Who's defending there? I can't tell. In any case, I'll tell you. So a couple days ago, Connor Ingram was placed on waivers. Everyone in oil country was screaming for Edmonton to put a claim on him. Here's the problem, right? And I'll tell you why Edmonton didn't put a claim on him and traded him. So we'll get to that. But so what happens is the waiver wire goes through. No team claims Connor Ingram off waivers. So he's sent to the AHL for the Utah Mammoth. And then today, the Oilers acquired Connor Ingram from the Kraken, and the Kraken are retaining $800,000 of Ingram's salary. Now, normally when you guys hear trade, you're sitting there wondering, well, what did Edmonton have to give up? And this begs the question, and I saw a lot of people asking about this on Twitter. Mostly trolls who probably don't know why Edmonton did that, and genuine people who are probably wondering why Edmonton didn't put a claim on. Because when you put a claim on a player on waivers, you're getting that player for free. Well, I'll tell you what happened. So Edmonton made the trade. Now, usually when teams make a trade, they're giving up something. And again, the question is, why would Edmonton give up assets for a guy when they could have just put a claim on him for free? Well, here's what happened, and I'll tell you why. Number one, if the Oilers put a claim in on Connor Ingram through the waiver wire, number one, as Darnell Nurse has taken a penalty, wonderful, beautiful. If the Oilers had put a claim in on Connor Ingram, the first thing that would have happened is that they would have unfortunately taken all of the cap hit of Connor Ingram. Even if they buried him in the minors, they would still have to be paying his full salary and would count against their cap. Number two is, if they put a claim on Connor Ingram and they tried to send him down to the AHL, they would have had to put him through waivers again, which means that another team would have claimed him. So you claim the guy, you're paying his money, and then you have to waive him, and then you lose him for free. So Edmonton decided to wait and then trade for him. So what did they give up and why did they trade him? Well, number one, the reason they traded him is because by acquiring him via trade, he no longer needs waivers to be sent down. So if you get him through waivers, yes, you're getting him for free. But then if you try to send him down, you have to put him on waivers again, and he'll get claimed. By trading for him, they don't have to put him on waivers, so they can immediately send him down without fear of him getting claimed. But the second reason they traded for him is because they traded future considerations. Sorry, no, I'm getting ahead of myself here. The second reason why they traded for him is that because you can trade for him, you can then get someone to retain salary. Again, if they put a claim on him as a Seattle Kraken set up on the power play, as a shot comes to the point and it beats Calvin Pickard clean, 1-0 for Seattle. Who was that? This is going to be a rough game. I'm just looking at the lineups. Josh Mahura with the blast from the point beats Pickard, and it's 1-0 Seattle. Oh, shut the fuck up. You guys are at a preseason game and you're icing your NHL squad against an AHL squad. Relax. You guys aren't going anywhere. By trading for a player, you can then get the team to retain salary. And that's what Edmonton did. They got Seattle to retain $800,000 of Connor Ingram's salary. Why? $800,000? Because that way the cap hit is low enough that the Edmonton Oilers can put Connor Ingram in the Oilers can put him in the minors, and his cap hit won't count against Edmonton's cap. They're still paying him $1 point some odd million. I think it's like 1.1 or something. But the point is that money is not counted against Edmonton's cap. So the options were simple. You either put a claim on him for free, risk losing him through waivers, and you still have to pay him his full salary, and his salary counts against your cap. Or you trade for him, get the other team to retain salary, and guess what? You can put him down in the minors, and his cap hit is not going to count against your cap. So it was a pretty easy decision. So what did Edmonton give up for him? Well, they gave up future considerations. And when you give up future considerations for a player, that generally means you got the player for free. As I believe Edmonton is going to get a power play here. Nope. It's going to be Seattle with another power play. Oh boy. So they trade future considerations, which basically means they get a player for free. And this is tidy work. Very tidy work from Stan Bowman. You give up no assets to get a guy everyone was screaming for you to put a claim in on. You lower the cap hit just enough where he's still making good money, and you can send him into the minors without him costing you money on against your cap. And Connor Ingram's stats make him a very low risk, high reward acquisition. On top of all of that, you have acquired a guy who is an NHL caliber goaltender, a decent NHL caliber goaltender, and you put him in the best place for him to rediscover his game, get back that fire and that passion for the game, and he's knocking on the door. And now all of a sudden, Stuart Skinner and Calvin Pickard are looking at themselves going, we need to have a better start, and we need to play well, because if we don't, Connor Ingram's going to get called up. And as I said, his stats are marginally better than Stuart Skinner and Calvin Pickard's. Put it like this. The guy put up a .907 save percentage on a horrendous Coyotes team. Now, granted, that doesn't seem like a big deal. That doesn't seem like a great flashy stat. But here's the thing. The Edmonton Oilers have consistently just needed 900 goaltending, and they don't get it. They don't get it. Look at this. I'm gonna just do some stats here. Stuart Skinner, Calvin Pickard. Okay, we're just gonna do some quick stats here. Profile HockeyDB. Okay. Stuart Skinner's stats during last year's playoffs. He had an 889 save percentage. Calvin Pickard, 886. Connor Ingram is a career 907. A career. Connor Ingram. Career 907, I believe. Where's his... Sorry, career 902. So his career save percentage is better than the save percentage of both Stuart Skinner and Calvin Pickard during last year's playoffs. It is not that hard to figure out. As it was had a shorthanded opportunity, roll the puck in on Joey Daccord. He's just gonna send it to the corner, and the Kraken are gonna send it back into their own zone on accident. 39 seconds left of the power play. This is the only problem I have with this stream right now. So we're getting the stream from the scoreboard in Seattle, and they're showing a replay in the middle of this power play. So if the Seattle Kraken score during this, you miss something. That makes me mad. So in any case, so I love this tiny little work from Stan, and I think it's a great move. Even if Connor Ingram, like, I don't know, I think it's a good move from Connor, or sorry, from Stan. And now the Kraken are going to get a penalty here with 8 seconds remaining. Jaden Schwartz, or sorry, not Jaden Schwartz, number 77. I don't know who that is. There we go. And we have a commercial break, so. So, anyway, like I said, low risk, high reward acquisition from it, and I like it. So, there we go. I've been spending more time talking about something else than the game right now. So, let's go ahead and get back to this game, because there is an Oilers power play coming up. We got 7 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey. And then we have the Oilers with a minute 58 on the power play. Just quickly doing an out-of-town scoreboard for the preseason. A lot of teams wrapping up their preseason tonight. Pittsburgh beats the Buffalo Sabres 5-3. With 9:06 left in the first period, the Anaheim Ducks and the San Jose Sharks are tied at 0. Seattle is leading Edmonton 1-0. Vancouver absolutely dummying Calgary right now. 10:56 left in the second. Vancouver has 5. Calgary has 1. And with 5:48 left in the second period, the Colorado Avalanche, on a goal by Gabriel Landeskog, have a 1-0 lead over the Vegas Golden Knights. Like I said, regular season action begins next week. Where Calgary will come into Edmonton. Brock Besser, Elias Pettersson, Tyler Meilers, Derek Forbert, Joel Farabee, Max Sasson. Jesus. And Vancouver iced it basically iced their NHL lineup. All right, let's get to the commentating here. Seattle's going to dump that puck out in on Calvin Pickard. He's going to leave it for Darnell Nurse, and he's going to wind it up behind his net. All right, here comes Nurse. Drop pass for a guy. Oh, a Kraken player fell down. Ike Howard drops for Adam Henrique. Henrique back to the point. Over to Frederick. Frederick back to Nurse. Nurse sends it over to Savoy. Back to Ike Howard. Back to the point for Nurse. Nurse is going to rip that puck. Joey Decor is going to make that save. They're jigging away at it. They're trying to scramble it. It's loose in the crease, but it doesn't go anywhere. And the Kraken are going to grab that puck. And I think that was Jared McCann who's just going to dump it into the Oilers zone. Let me get to NHL.com to see what is going on here. Connor Clattenburg. Okay. Oh, Berkeley Catton. Okay, that's who it is. So you have Mangiapane, Marjala, Hudson, Kapanen, and Lepinen out there on the power play right now. And it's 2-0 Kraken. What the hell happened there? I go away for 1 second, and I go off screen for 1 second, come back, and the Kraken have scored a goal. What happened here? Who is that? Is that Nyman? No, that's someone. Winterton. Okay. So, what happened here? Okay, I would greatly appreciate... Okay, you know, I have the scoreboard feed. We know it's going to be bad. What the hell? Alright, so what happened here? So the puck is dumped into the other zone. Calvin Pickard's going to go around to play it. Oh, Calvin. He gave it right to Winter. Holy fuck. Oh my good lord. I know it's only preseason, but you can't be doing that, Calvin. 2 goals on 7 shots. Holy I've fuck. It's preseason. It's preseason. It's preseason. It's preseason. It's preseason. It's preseason. Preseason. I know. Preseason. It's preseason. My God. It's preseason, but that was horribly done. Like, you know what? I can't, you know, I cannot really question it because I've given up a bad goal, but like, why would you not go the other way? So here's what he did. Mangiapane, oh wow, nice play by Mangiapane. He gets the puck on net through his legs, but Joey Decor with the save. So Calvin Pickard, so the puck is cleared out. Calvin Pickard goes to play behind his net. He has it right where the trapezoid is, right at the edge of the trapezoid. So already he's kind of sort of panicking a little because he has to figure out which way he's going to go. And we have another penalty against Edmonton. It's going to be a slash on, I think that's Curtis Lazar. Nope, it's not Lazar. He's going to the bench. That's Kapanen. Kapanen with the slash. Kasperi Kapanen is going to the box for a slashing, and Seattle's going to get their 3rd power play of the period. So what Calvin Pickard went to do is he went to pick up the puck behind the net at the hash marks, or not the hash marks, the trapezoid right at the edge. And when he does, he's got 2 options. He can either go left and he can either go right. Now he has Winterson or Winterton, whatever his name is. Winterton? Is it Winterton? Winterton bearing down on him. And he says, I'm going to go to the right. The problem is, Winterton is bearing down on him and going to the right. So Calvin sends it to the right. Winterton is right there to receive the pass, and he takes an easy path around the net and deposits it into the open net on a wraparound. What Calvin should have done is he should have gone to the left. Because even if Winterton is there to pick off the pass, Winterton does not have the angle to shoot. Oh, boy. I just, I don't know what to do. Shot from the point, blocked in front. Mangiapane's going to send it over to Henrique. Henrique's going to clear that puck to center ice. Kraken are going to get in on the forecheck here. Beniers and the Oilers are going to grab it, and they're going to flick it down, and we have another power play here. We do have another power play. Holy fuck. Oh, man. So what happened here? That's Regula with the slash. Or is it Mangiapane with the slash? So the Kraken have a 5-on-3 power play. Yep, this is going to get ugly. I mean, I kind of expected this. It is an AHL lineup facing, again, an NHL caliber lineup, but still. So 5-on-3 Mangiapane to the box for a hooking call. And the Kraken have all the time in the world to set up shot, a broken stick. But the Kraken still retain possession. Cross ice. 34 seconds of the 5-on-3 left. Beniers. Shot. Scores. 3-0. 3-0 Kraken. Oh boy. Oh man. Shots are 8 apiece. Seattle has 3 goals. Oh man. Oh boy. Who was that who scored? It was Eli Tolvanen with the shot from the point. He just wired it past. Jesus. All right, Eli Tolvanen with the goal. Assists by Mason Marchment. So we have 4-on-4 hockey right now. Oh, shot right in front. Szymanski stopped by Decord. So 4-on-4 hockey here for 50 seconds. Szymanski goes in front. Nice save by Decord. My God. Joey Decord would have been a good pick up for Edmonton. Joey Decord would have been a fantastic pickup. Just saying. So we have 4-on-4 hockey right now. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. I'm not I'm not taking this game seriously at all. I'm not. It's a preseason game. Like I said, the Kraken have iced essentially an NHL roster, and Edmonton is not. And jeez. All right, what do we got here? So the Kraken in the Oilers zone. 6 seconds left on the Mangiapane penalty, and then Edmonton will have a power play for 58 seconds, and Mangiapane steps out of the box. Kapanen at center ice. He's going to drop it back to Darnell Nurse. Nurse is going to wait for traffic to form, and he's going to send it over to Ike Howard. Ike Howard's going to send it across to Savoy. Savoy is going to get clipped going into the zone, and the Kraken are going to take a penalty, and it's going to be a 5-on-3 for 37 seconds for Edmonton. A penalty-filled first, an absolutely penalty-filled first from this game. In fact, let's take a look at the penalties right now. Let's take a look. 7 penalties. Darnell Nurse, Connor Clattenburg, Berkeley Catton, Kasperi Kapanen, Mangiapane, Berkeley Catton again, and now Jamie Alexiak. 7 penalties in almost 17 minutes of play. Over half of this period has been spent with power play time. Anyway, Howard over to Nurse. Nurse down low for a guy, over to Nurse, back to Howard. Howard over to Nurse. Nurse, Savoy. Nurse, Howard. Tried to cork the shot, couldn't do it. Nurse. Wrist shot, missed. Howard gets the puck. Howard walks in, passes it off to Henrique, gets it back. Howard walks in, shoots, missed the net. Savoy over to Henrique. Henrique over to Howard. Goes to Nurse. Nurse to Savoy. Tried to send it out in front. Just missed everyone. Nurse at the blue line. He's going to take that shot. He's going to score. Darnell Nurse with the quick flick from the point, and it's going to beat. It is going to beat Joey Decord, and Edmonton is on the board with 2:25 left in the first period. And there we go. Oh, man. Henry just missed that tap-in backdoor. But Nurse is going to walk in, wire it. It might have hit Frederick in front, actually. Frederick was standing in front of Joey Decord. That might have deflected off of Frederick looking at that replay. I will have to see what the NHL says, or what the scoreboard here says. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Szymanski in his own zone. Oilers and Kraken at 50% in the faceoff circle. Kraken, shot from the point, blocked in front. Szymanski's going to grab it. Here come the Oilers. 3-on-2 rush. Szymanski drops for a guy. He's going to drop for Quinn Hudson. Hudson's going to try and send it to the net. Nothing doing there, but it's going to go back to the point. Kulak. Back to Szymanski. He's going to take that shot. He's going to deflect it just wide of the Kraken net. It got deflected in front. There was traffic in front, and it just went wide. Emberson in a battle. Sends it out in front, and Tolvanen was standing all alone in front. The Kraken player won the battle against Emberson, sent it right to Tolvanen, but Calvin Pickard said, "No siree, not today." And you have another power play here. My God, 8 penalties. 8 penalties in 19 minutes of play. 8 penalties in 18 minutes. Almost 18 and a half minutes of play, and it's already 8 penalties. Jesus. Seriously, I guess the refs are also in preseason form. This is nuts. All right. Let's so Seattle fans trying to hype up their team for a preseason game. Hey, you know what? Let them have it. Let them have it. They don't have a lot to celebrate. All right. So Henrique with Frederick, Savoy, Howard, and Nurse. Nurse over to Savoy. Howard, sorry, that was Howard with the shot. He's just gonna miss that. Frederick back to Nurse. Nurse over to Howard. Howard's gonna walk in, sends it back to Nurse. Nurse with the shot. And Joey Decord's not going to get fooled by that twice, so he's going to hold on to it. Joey Decord would have been a good pickup for Edmonton. Would have been a nice pickup for Edmonton, but that's okay. All right. So Savoy's going to take that face-off against Beniers. And it's going to be a scramble draw, and Edmonton's going to come away with it. Frederick couldn't get the puck back to Nurse, so the battle's going to be won by the Kraken, and they're going to flip it out with 1:12 left in the period. So Edmonton will have about 8 seconds of carryover left. Oilers are going to dump it in, and that's going to be icing call on Edmonton. Oh, boy. All right, Kraken clear out the puck. Savoy's going to send it back to Nurse in the Oilers zone. 44 seconds left to go. Nurse. He's gonna send it in. The Kraken are gonna retrieve. And they're not gonna get it out. Savoy at the line sends it down for a guy. But the Kraken are gonna get it, and they're gonna clear it out with 27 seconds left in the period. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And The Oilers will have 22 seconds of power play time when they start the second period. Yeah, okay. So, not really honestly, I'm not pissed. Um this is kind of, I didn't expect it to be like 3-1 after one, but I expected it to be not the greatest. Just because the Oilers are icing a, let's be honest here. You look at the lineup they're icing, it's AHL. It is not it's not an NHL caliber lineup. I suspect Edmonton will be icing their NHL caliber lineup against the Canucks on Friday. So this result is to be expected, and it is preseason. Really, what I'm looking for, and I think I mentioned this at the top, the one thing I'm looking for is I'm just really looking forward to, or I'm really looking at some of the players that I think have a shot to make this team. I would have liked to have seen Noah Philp and Tomashik play tonight just to get a better read on them. So, but they are sick. So, um, instead, my focus is going to shift to guys like whatchamacallit, Regula, Lepinen, things like that. So let's take a look at the Oilers ice totals here. So for the forward group, Matthew Savoy is leading the charge at 7:05 of ice time. On the defense, Darnell Nurse is at 8:28. 667 save percentage for Calvin Picker. 3 goals on 6 shots. 3 goals on 9 shots. That tracks. So there's that. The Kraken. Time on ice, Matt Benier, 7:27 for the forward group. Cale Fleury, 6:37 for the defense. And then Joey Decord is at a 9:23, 1 goal on 13 shots. He's at 19:41 time on ice. My guess is because he had to leave the bench for a combined 19 seconds for penalties and all that. So, in any case, Oilers are down 3-1 after one. Yeah, that's kind of it. So, I will be back for the second period. Yeah, Oilers are trailing 3-1, but like I said, it's their 7th preseason game out of 8. I'm not taking this seriously, and quite frankly, neither should you. So, with that said, I will see you guys at the beginning of the second period. Till then, I'll enjoy yourselves. All right, we are back. Second period about to get underway. The Edmonton Oilers have 22 seconds of power play time remaining, and it'll be interesting to see what they do with it. As we get the Oilers Nation commercials and the Kraken they're set to take the ice here. Really should get something, a snack. So, I don't really have much to add to the first period. I mean, it is what it is. Anyone who didn't think that was going to be a thing should really pay attention, because that that went about as well as I expected it to. So, your channel. All right. All right. So 4 seconds left in the period start here. And here we go. All right, puck is down. Oilers win the faceoff. And Darnell is going to put it in his own zone. He's setting it up for Howard. Savoy stopped at the Seattle blue line. And here come the Kraken. Tolvanen, shot, save by Pickard. Rebound, Freddie Gaudreau. I believe that's Frederick Gaudreau. He had Gaudreau in the jersey. Ooh, 3-on-2 rush for Edmonton here. Power plays over. Henrique, shot, scores! Wow. Henrique with the shot. I believe that was Savoy with the tip. And Edmonton has got one back. 28 seconds in. So Henrique with the shot off the stick, and that's going to be Matthew Savoy's goal. All right. Matthew Savoy with the tip. Good job, Matt. So 28 seconds in, and Edmonton's back to within one. All right. Pretty good start, not going to lie. All right. Edmonton's at 57% on the faceoffs. Oh, bad giveaway. Hudson thought about passing off. Didn't do it. Emberson, shot. Missed the net. And puck is going to be stopped at the blue line by Kulak. He's going to send it down low for Szymanski. Szymanski gets pressured. Can't win that puck battle, and the Kraken are going to come out with it. And they're going to send it out. And here comes Beniers. He's going to shoot that puck, and it's going to go up and out of play with 18:44 left in the second period. And the Oilers scored to get back to within one. All right, face off to the left of Calvin Pickard, and it's going to be won by Edmonton. Regula sends it up. At center, it's going to be stopped by the Kraken, and they're going to send it right in. Schwartz up top. Shot into the corner. Hamblin. Oh, here we go. Clattenburg finds Mariella. Mariella had it knocked off his stick. Back to the point for Stetcher. He's going to take that shot. It's going to get blocked in front of the net. The Kraken are going to send it behind their own net. Mahura sends it across. Hamblin tracks down that, or sorry, Mariala on the forecheck tracks down that puck and almost wins that puck battle. But the Kraken do come up with it. Puck escapes the zone. Szymanski's there. Sorry, that's Frederick. My apologies. Trent Frederick. He's going to send it out in front. And Joey Decor's going to have to knock that pass away with a stick. Otherwise, it was a backdoor tap-in for, I believe it was one of Mangiapane or Savoy. Frederick sends it back for Nurse. Stutter step over to Regula. Alec Regula. He's going to take that shot. It's going to get into traffic. Nurse is going to try and hold that puck in. He's not going to do it. And Jaden Schwartz is going to flick it into the Oilers zone. Regula is going to go after it. He's going to win that puck battle. And he's going to send it up. It deflected off of an Oilers skate, so they do not get out of the zone. But now Nurse is going to send it out. Or he was, and he passed it over to Regula. And Kapanen's going to tip that puck in. And Henrique's going to go after it. Bad pass by the defense there. Matt Savoy. I love this kid. I love this Matthew Savoy kid. He gets in on the forecheck and he won that puck battle. Savoy, back to the point. Shot. Missed the net. Howard behind the net. Ike Howard sends it for Henrique. Henrique's going to send it down low for Savoy. Matthew Savoy. Wins the puck battle. Sends it out in front. Couple of whacks at it. Shot. And that puck's going to get deflected out of play. This Matthew Savoy guy, I am telling you, he is fantastic. I love what I've seen from Matthew Savoy so far. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Okay. I have it at the max. Okay. Puck into the Oilers zone. Oops. Into the Oilers zone. Back to the point. They're going to Kraken are going to send it down low. Oilers, nice little touch pass. Quinn Hudson. Here goes Kurzazar. Quinn Hudson can't get around Tolvanen. And the Kraken are going to send it down low. In behind Calvin Pickard. Oilers are going to pick it up the puck. And Emberson's going to skate out with it. He's going to dump it into the zone. Quinn Hudson's going to go in on the forecheck. Bad pass by Seattle. Picked up by Connor Clattenburg. Clattenburg goes behind the net. Sends it up top. Kulak. Little stutter step. Shot. Hits traffic in front. Seattle can't. Well, they do get it out. Stetcher has to go back in his own zone. Stetcher to Kulak. Kulak back to Stetcher. And Stetcher's going to go up with it. Troy Stetcher. He's going to dump it into the Kraken zones. Joey Decor's going to stop it behind the net. He's going to send it to Connor Clattenburg. Over to Stetcher. Over to Kulak. Back to Hamblin. Hamblin's going to take that shot. He's just going to miss the net. This fourth line for Edmonton doing good work. Mariala sends it down low for Clattenburg. It's going to miss him, but Troy Stetcher's going to be there to pick it up. Stetcher. He's going to wind and fire. It's going to get blocked in traffic. Trent Frederick now. Back to the defense. Back to Regula. Alec Regula tries to skate into the puck. Or skate in into the zone, or into the middle. And that puck's going to get dicked out. Put out. And the two goalies are going to play catch with each other, but it does appear that we have a power play for Edmonton, I think. We have it's a hook and call, but who is it against? Is it that Betty guy? Is it that Cotton guy? Hold on. I've seen number 77 for Seattle a couple times now. It's that guy again, isn't it? Berkeley Catton, his third penalty of the game. And coach for Seattle is not going to like that. So here we go. Oilers send the puck down low. Howard to Savoy. Shot blocked in front. Savoy Sends it down low for Henrique. Adam Henrique. He's going to send it back for Darnell Nurse. Nurse. Over to Savoy. Back to Nurse. He's going to shoot it. It's just going to go wide. And here come the Kraken. And they're going to dump it into the Oilers zone. Picker's going to have to glove it. And he drops it and sends it back to Savoy. Matthew Savoy behind his net. Oh, man. A bit of a miscommunication between Nurse and Savoy. And Seattle's going to come out with it. Nurse takes his guy behind the net. And now the Oilers are going to have to reset here. With 1:11 left in the power play. Nurse drops for Savoy. Matthew Savoy sends it over to Howard. Howard makes a move, but he couldn't get it into the zone. Seattle with the clear. Nurse drops for Nurse dropped it right to a Seattle player, and the Kraken are just going to be happy to send it down low. And here come the Kraken. Shot. Oh, I thought that went in. A Seattle player sent it right out in front to a guy in front of Pickard, and I thought he tipped that past Pickard. Hudson for Marjala. Back to Hudson. Hudson tries to send it across to the defense, and the Kraken are going to get a clear. 10 seconds to go in the power play for Edmonton. I don't think they got a single shot on this power play. And the penalty is over. Quinn Hudson is going to drop it for a guy. He's going to skate. That's Magia Pie. Lepinen. Shot. Puck deflects wide. Another shot. Blocked in front of the net. Here come the Kraken. Schwartz. Behind the net. Goes up top. For, I believe that was Alexiak. The Oilers are going to intercept that puck. Ty Emberson. Behind for Lepinen. It just evades Lepinen, so he's not going to be able to grab it. Now he gets it. He makes a smart pass, and here come the Oilers. Frederick. Or that's Lazar, my apologies. Curtis Lazar. A guy who I don't think is going to make the team. And if he does, he's mostly going to be a healthy scratch. Seattle's going to flip it in Edmonton's zone. Brett Kulak can't handle that puck. Puck goes off the referee's skate right to Troy Stetcher. Friendly bounce for Edmonton there. Troy Stetcher, he's going to dump the puck in. Curtis Lazar is going to go after it. Oh, Szymanski stole the puck from Joey Decord, but he does make a good pass. And the Kraken had a bit of a 2-on-0 rush there, but they kind of screwed up the pooch. So Edmonton was able to escape without anything bad happening there. Szymanski drops for Kulak. And Kulak's going to stop behind the net. Now he's going to take it. Puck tipped in. Decor's going to stop behind the net. And the Kraken are going to grab it. And they're going to go for a skate. And they're going to chip it in. There's Catton, Berkeley, whatever his name is. And do we have another power play here against Seattle? Do we have another penalty against Seattle here? I think we have another power play against Seattle. Nope, it's going to be a penalty on Edmonton. It looks like Regula is going to get in the... No, it's Marjala with the penalty. So the Kraken are going to go to their 5th power play of the game. And we'll see what happens. Okay, power play for Seattle, penalty kill for Edmonton. And I think that's going to be. No, that's better. All right. So face off to the right of Pickard. Seattle's going to win the puck. So, or the face off. Mahura. Shot. Blocked in front, goes wide. Tolvanen back to Mahura. Over to a guy. He's going to take that shot. It's going to get blocked in front. And here come the Edmonton Oilers. Curtis Lazar, 2-on-1. Lazar, he's going to shoot. Save by Joey Decord. Nice 2-on-1 rush there. It was well defended by the Seattle defenders. So, Curtis Lazar only had one option, and that was to shoot it. And that was well done by both the Kraken players and goaltender. Yeah, he didn't really have much of a chance, but to shoot it there. Good save by Decord. Nice. That's a very good save by Joey Decord. Actually. All right. 30 seconds left in the penalty for Mariala. Bad giveaway, but Curtis Lazar, he's going to wire it and fire it down the ice. 19 seconds left in the power play for Mariala. Decord's going to stop behind the net. He's going to pass it off to, I think that's Fleury, number 8. And the Kraken tried to enter the zone. Kulak over to Stetcher. Penalty over. Stetcher back to Kulak. Kulak gets around one guy. Enters the zone. He's going to take that shot. It's going to get deflected out of play. And I believe we 8:30 left to go in the second period. We are going to have ourselves a commercial break. And indeed, we do have a commercial break. So I'm going to go back to watching iconic arms on the 50 caliber. The Barrett 50 cal. All right. I'll say this, and I think I've said this a few times before when I've had to do commentary on Oilers and Kraken games. I don't have the hate for the Kraken that I have for the Golden Knights. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that I don't know why that is. And actually I think I do know why. I think it's because the draft rules for Seattle weren't the same as Vegas, or at the very least, when they were, teams were better prepared for what was happening. Now, a lot of revisionist history has been made about the draft rules for the Vegas Golden Knights. When the draft rules and the expansion rules were made for the Golden Knights, nobody complained. No one complained. I didn't complain. No one complained. It was only after we saw the Knights started to have success, especially in their first year, that everyone went, well, hang on a second, the draft rules, the expansion draft was rigged. No. I can tell you with some degree of certainty, if someone told you as an average hockey fan the summer of 2017, as a Kraken take a shot on net, saved by Pickard. If someone told you in the summer of 2017, after the expansion draft, the Vegas Golden Knights were going to be in the Stanley Cup final in 2018 against the Washington Capitals, I can guarantee you no one would have taken you seriously. Not a single person would have looked at that and went, yeah, I can see it happening. No. Regula sends it down low. But Seattle, right? But I guess it was because of that early success for Vegas that a lot of us got pissed. And the Golden Knights continue to be the sort of the golden child for the National Hockey League, it feels like. But Seattle, I have no animosity towards the Seattle Kraken whatsoever. At all. I don't. I genuinely don't. And I don't know if it's because this time around everyone knew what to expect with an expansion draft. Or if it was because I wanted to hate, I was already hating Vegas more, and I just don't know what it is. But I wouldn't say a soft spot for Seattle, but I don't hate Seattle the way I hate Vegas. I loathe Vegas. And I think it's because I haven't seen Seattle do anything to piss me off. As the Kraken walk in, good initial save by Pickard, and then the defense cleared that out. Was that Emberson? I think Emberson just saved a goal, and I'm going to say he did. Yes, it was Emberson. Seattle hasn't done anything to piss me off. They haven't beaten my team in a playoff series. They haven't gotten every favorable rule call or penalty call or anything against them. Like, even in, like, I can tell you, and I'm probably remember this, and I'm going to have to go back to check my stream, but Game 3 was a great example of how the league favors, or not even Game 3, Game 4 against Vegas last year's playoffs was a great example of how the league favors the Golden Knights, because Aiden Hill sticks out his skate and trips Matthias Janmark, and yet Janmark gets called for goal interference. Adam Henrique scores a goal. Evander Kane gets pushed by a Vegas Golden Knight into Aiden Hill, and Kane comes away with a penalty. So yeah, I don't, as I said, I don't have any animosity towards Seattle. They're a cute franchise. All right. All right. Oh, they're just replaying the last. I thought that was a play. It was not. 5:04 left in the second period already. And this period has flown by. I feel like 5 seconds ago Savoy had scored, but that happened. All right, so Josh Szymanski set to take the face off. It is won by Seattle and went back in on Joey Decord. He had to make a quick save. All right, puck into the Oilers zone. Shots are now 22-13 in favor of Edmonton. This is pretty good. Shot. The puck went into traffic, and I think it went over the net. Here come the Oilers, rather. Flip it in to the corner. Curtis Lazar is going to go after it, but the Kraken to get there first. And here comes Seattle. Still holding on to that 1-goal lead. They still lead it 3-2 with 4.5 minutes remaining here in the second period. Back to the point. Down low. Curtis Lazar is going to grab it. Sends it back to the defense. And Quinn Hudson had no speed, so he couldn't make a move. Back down low. Eberle sets up behind the Oilers net. And this is, keep in mind, he's the captain of the Kraken, so that doesn't make a lot of sense. And we have the puck deflected out of play with 4:01 left here in the second period. As I said, shots are 22-13 in favor of Edmonton. Edmonton is leading the hits 12-8. They just changed it as I was making the thing. Seattle has 7 blocks. Edmonton has 5. And they're doing some quick stat here on the scoreboard, which I like to see, actually. Both teams have a takeaway. I'm sure Edmonton has more giveaways. Let's see. Each team has 4 assists on the board. I don't know what that means. 4 assists? Like, what? Oh, I guess, yeah, you know what? That makes sense because Winterton's goal was unassisted. That makes sense. Face-offs, Edmonton is 60-40 in the face-offs right now. Edmonton's won 60% of the face-offs. So. Puck into the Oilers zone. That Katzen guy, he's going to send it across. Puck is picked off. Not a good game from 77 on Seattle. He has committed 3 infractions. He just made a bad play there. But the Kraken still retain possession. That might be a penalty against Edmonton. The guy did get tripped behind the net. I am not seeing anything that suggests a delayed penalty. Nope. No delayed penalty. Back to the point. Larson. Oh, Larson's playing in this game. This is the first time I'm seeing him play. Adam Larson. God, I miss him on Edmonton. He would have helped versus Florida. Shot. Oh, nice save by Pickard. That puck got deflected, and Pickard made a nice reactionary save, and I think an Oilers player has lost his stick, so it's 5-on-4.5 for Seattle right now. Thanks to shot right off the stick, too. It hit the blade. Who's without their stick? I believe it. Yeah, it's one of the Oilers D without their stick. Or that's... Why did Regula give up his stick to... Oh, man. Regula, you don't give up your stick. Okay, now Savoy gives his stick to Regula. So... It was Adam Henrique who didn't have a stick. Regula gives Henrique his stick, and then Savoy had to give his stick to Regula. Yeah, that's hilarious. Schwartz, cross ice. Shot. Oh, how did that puck not go in? How did that puck not go in? That was nuts. The Kraken went cross ice. A guy shot the puck. Pickard made the save. Let's see how this Pickard makes the save. It goes right. It went right to Shane Wright, and he whiffed on it hard. And somehow Darnell Nurse did not get a high sticking call against Matty Beniers. Margiela is going to take that shot. Easy save for Decord, and now Ottavainen went after Hamblin. Clattenburg wants to get into it with Ottavainen. Let him drop the gloves. Clattenburg will. Wait, did you just take out your tooth? Oh my god, they did. That troll thing, buoy. We have a roughing call. Okay, who's it against? Clattenburg. Oh, that's an unnecessary penalty from Clattenburg. So the Seattle Kraken will have a power play here for 2 minutes with 1:10 remaining. So they'll have 50 seconds of power play time remaining should they not score at the on this one. So they'll have, if they don't score, they'll have 50 seconds of power play time remaining in the beginning of the third. But yeah. All right, Beniers against Lazar. Lazar wins it, and Kulak's gonna send it all the way out. Quinn Hudson tracked it down. That was Mangiapane, tracked it down, slipped and fell. Kraken are gonna come back in. Oh, good play by Lazar to pick up that. Oh man, you know what? Lazar might. I said earlier Lazar is probably not gonna make the team. He might. He's been good on the PK tonight. Cale Fleury. He's going to skate. He's going to drop it for Beniers. Beniers over to 77. He's going to drop behind the net for Beniers. Emberson's going to pick up that puck, and he's going to clear it out. And 24 seconds left in the period. Over to the point. Shot. Blocked in front, or deflected into the corner by Stetcher. Tolvanen sends it around for Beniers. Beniers down for Tolvanen. 8 seconds left. Tolvanen, he's going to send it across, and it's going to get shot just wide by the Kraken. 3, 2, 1. And the second period's going to come to a close. Edmonton scoring 28 seconds in to make it a 1-goal game. But the Kraken will have 50 seconds of power play time on the... Seattle will have 50 seconds of power play time when we start the third period. Shots on goal 23-15 in favor of Edmonton. Both Edmonton is 1 for 5 on the power play. Seattle is 2 for 6. Face-offs, Edmonton is at 60%. Seattle is at 40%. And the hits are 13-9 in favor of Edmonton. Second period comes to a close. And I will be back for the third period. You guys just can continue to look at you know what, let's go look at some stats here just to see what we got. So time on ice, Matt Savoy is leading at 13:52. Darnell Nurse is at 16:29. Pickard is at an 800 save percentage. Kraken time on ice leaders is Matty Beniers at 13:55. Adam Larson is 14:24. Joey Decord is at a 913 save percentage. My God, that guy looks like, what's his name? That guy looks like, what's the guy's name? Frick. Ben Affleck. There's a in-house arena announcer looking like Ben Affleck. All right, your goal scoring summary. Josh Mahura from Shane Wright and Justin Schwartz. That is a power play goal at 6:47. Ryan Winterton, a shorthanded goal, completely unassisted. Eli Tolvanen, a power play goal from Matty Beniers and Mason Marchment. I had no idea Marchment was even on Seattle. Last time I heard he was playing for Dallas. I didn't even know he was playing in this game. And then Darnell Nurse from Ike Howard and Adam Henrique. So Winterton's goal was at 12:03. Tolvanen's goal was at 14:58. Nurse's goal was at 17:35. Matt Savoy, 28 seconds in. So, looking at the scoring, only 1 goal has been scored at 5-on-5. We have 3 power play goals, 1 shorthanded goal. Seattle hasn't been able to score 5-on-5, guys. I'm just saying you might want to avoid taking a penalty. So, but yeah, those are some basic stats from the game so far. And yeah, I think for right now, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab a quick bite to eat, and yeah, I'll be back for the second period. Or sorry, the third period. My bad, third period. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, hello everyone. We are back. Third period about to get underway. The Kraken still have 50 seconds of power play time to work with, as Connor Clattenburg was sent to the box at the end of the period for roughing, if I remember correctly. So yeah, Kraken win the beginning draw of the third. And here come the Kraken. 27, Mason. Okay, that's Marchment. Okay, number 27 is Mason Marchment. Over to Tolvanen. Tolvanen back to the point for Mahura. Over to Tolvanen. Tolvanen down low for Schwartz. Tolvanen. Mahura. A guy. Mahura. Tolvanen in front for Marchment. Tolvanen back to Mahura. He's going to take that shot, and it's going to miss the net. 9 seconds of power play time remaining. The Oilers are going to get the clear. Listening back to my audio from the second period summary, I accidentally called Jaden Schwartz Justin Schwartz. So I do apologize for that, Jaden. I know you'll never see this, but I feel like the need to apologize. And Darnell Nurse is going to send that puck to Regula. Regula is going to try and send a blind pass to the middle. Not good enough there. Puck comes back to the point. And the Kraken are going to send it down low for Jordan Eberle. Cross to Beniers. Sends it back down low. Regula is there. But the Kraken keep possession. Eberle sends it out in front. And the puck is going to get deflected off of an Oilers skate. Mangiapane can't collect that puck. And Beniers is going to skate right back in. Pressured by Nurse. Henrique behind the net. Can't make the pass. Regula up to Savoy. Over to Mangiapane. Mangiapane 1-on-2. Beniers gets back defensively, but nice little play. Mangiapane did find Hamlin. Hamlin with the shot, but it was blocked in front. Stetcher. Good defensive play to keep that puck away from number 12. And now the Kraken are in behind the Oilers zone. And here comes Ike Howard. Tried to make a move. Puck goes off the skate. But Hamlin's going to secure it. And he's going to send it down low behind the Kraken net. And Lepidin tried to pinch. It's a 2-on-1 for the Kraken. Scores. Lepidin with the bad pinch. And the Kraken convert. Vintanen, I think. And the Kraken lead it 4-2. Nope, sorry, it was Winterton with his second of the game. So Gaudreau over to Winterton. Nice move. A nice play by Winterton. He just scooped it. My God. What a play. So 4-2 Kraken. I can't comment on what's happening gameplay-wise because they're too busy recapping the score on the scoreboard with who's scored and who's getting assists. Although based on what I'm seeing right now, nothing has actually happened. There's no play going on or anything like that. All right, face off to the left of Joey Decord. And Frederick doesn't win the face-up, but he does intercept the pass on the way. Now he's going to pressure this player. The Oilers are going to keep it in. All right, good play by Frederick there to pressure the player. And, well, all right, Mangiapane flicked the puck in. It's going to roll on Decord, and he's going to freeze it with 16:47 left in the third period here. Kraken leading 4-2. I just wanted to give you guys a quick out-of-town scoreboard update while we have the face-off here. 3 finals, 2 ongoing. Pittsburgh 5-3 over Buffalo. Vegas 2-1 over Colorado. Vancouver absolutely kicked the shit out of the Flames 8-1. Seattle up 4-2 on Edmonton. Anaheim up 3-1 on San Jose. As the puck comes back to the point, shot. Where's the puck? Oh, man. Edmonton had an opportunity. They skied it. Kapanen. Staying. Makes a move. Sends it down low for Mangiapane. So they've moved Kapanen up to the Mangiapane line. Kapanen intercepts that clear. He gets knocked off the puck. And here comes the Seattle Kraken. Shane Wright. Drops for Jaden Schwartz. Puck intercepted, and here comes Edmonton on a 3-on-2 rush. Ah, man, Mangiapane tried to get that pass. He's going to get the puck back, take the shot. I think Joey Decord made... Did Decord make that save? Oh, he did make that save. My God, nice save by Decord. Otherwise, that was a backdoor. That's a goal. All right. Howard can't pick up the puck, but Savoy does. So they're running with Savoy and Howard. Henrique. Backhand shot. Savoy. Stuffed at the side of the net. Henrique. Back to Savoy. Savoy. Down for Henrique. Savoy is going to be such a good top 6 player for this team. Lepinen. Sends it down low for Howard behind the net. Over to Henrique. Henrique back to the point. Stetcher takes that shot. Blocked in front. And the puck is going to deflect out of play. And I believe we're going to have ourselves a commercial break. 15-12 left here. And yeah, still 4-2 for Edmonton. All right. Hudson drops for a guy. Oh, man. Nice shot from Szymanski. Good save by Joey Decord. Szymanski working it in the corner. Tried to send the puck back. Almost got the steal on the Kraken player there. I've liked Szymanski's work ethic tonight. He's been pretty good. Like I said, there was 7 or 8 players on Edmonton in preseason that have a good chance to make the team, who should be on the team. Szymanski is one of them, but he probably won't be. Puck out and dump back into the Oilers zone, or Seattle zone. Here comes Marchment. He's going to drop it for number 71. Back to Cale Fleury. He's going to take that shot. It's going to be blocked in front, and here come the Oilers. Clantenberg. He's going to try and send it across. Shot. Save by Joey Decord off of Mariala. That was well set up from Clattenburg. I am not going to deny that was a great setup play. But no deuce, no dice. No dice for Edmonton on that play. Yeah. Joey Decord would have been a good backup for Edmonton, I feel like. Clattenburg with the... it was a good save by Decord. I'm subscribed to Joey Decord's YouTube channel, by the way. He has his own YouTube channel. I could probably link it for you guys. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to link Joey Decord's YouTube channel. Because, Lord knows, we need some Joey. We need some Joey Decord in our lives. I will find the channel here while the play is going on. Decord with the puck. Flip. Where is it? Here. Joey Decord. come the Kraken. Shot. Blocked in front. Regula over to Frederick. Frederick back to Regula, who is going to let it skip by and go to Darnell Nurse. I'm going to link. So here we go, guys. There is Joey Decord's YouTube channel. If you guys want to follow him, go for it. Puck dumped in on Decord. He's going to stop it with a stick. Howard in on the forecheck. Savoy in on the forecheck. Nothing doing here. I was going to say Ekman Larson. He's on Toronto. Adam Larson. And he's going to get it out. Oilers are going to get it right back in, but it's going to be, I believe it's offside, so they have to pull back. And they're not going to do it. Eberle tried to send it across. And that would have been a hand pass, but it was touched by a Kraken player. So play goes on. Emberson behind the net. He's going to send it up to Kulak. It's going to go off his stick, and that is going to be icing against Edmonton. No, it is not. They waved it off. I do not know why they didn't keep it, but they did wave it off. Winterton behind the net. Pressured by Lazar. Puck comes out in front. Szymanski's going to pick it up. Josh Szymanski, he's going to skate up with it. Get around one guy. He's going to go in on the forecheck. Lazar is there. Kraken are going to flip it out. Lepinin over to Stetcher. Up to Hudson. Szymanski. He's going to knock down Cale Fleury after Fleury tried to hit him. Puck dumped out of the Kraken zone. Stopped at center ice. Lepinin. Over. Now he's going to hold on to it. At the side of the net. Now he's going to slowly skate up with it. Natro Lepinin. Finds. I believe that was Hamblin. Oilers can't corral the puck. Marchment against Nurse. Marchment stops up, goes cross ice, shot. Blocked in front by, was that Regula? I think it was Regula. Nurse absorbs a body check. Oilers grab the puck. Regula over to Hamblin. Hamblin's going to dump the puck in and go for a change. Mariala in on the forecheck. Bad pass by the Kraken there. Oh boy. Kapanen back to the point. Shot. Missed the net. Puck back at center ice. Oilers are going to go for a change. And the Kraken are going to dump it into the Oilers zone. Emberson up to Mangiapane. Andrew Mangiapane tries to flip deke. The puck gets lost at the blue line, and here come the Kraken. Emberson up to Kapanen. Frederick back to the defense. Emberson's going to send it up. The Kraken are going to intercept. And they're going to go away. Shane Wright's going to dump it into the Oilers zone. Troy Stetcher over to Lepinin. Up to Henrique. Adam Henrique. He's going to find a guy. He's going to take the shot off of the mask of Decord. And Seattle's there for support. And they're going to quickly grab the puck and they're going to go the other way. They're going to dump it into the Oilers zone. Lepinin behind his net. Stops up. Passes it over to Troy Stetcher. Stetcher. Backhand pass to a guy in the zone. I think that was Howard. He can't control the puck. And the Kraken are right back in. But Howard's going to get it on the wall here. He's going to try and get it up. He couldn't. Now it's going to get poked out. And Howard's going to go in on the forecheck. He's not going to be able to get it. And here come the Kraken. Eberle with a move around Lazar. Jordan Eberle, he's going to take that shot to get blocked. Eberle behind the net. Up to a guy at the point. Over to another guy at the point. He's going to take the shot. It's going to get blocked in front. Here come the Oilers. Ah, man. Quinn Hudson just couldn't control that pass. Seattle's going to slap it into the Oilers zone. Pickard's going to stop it behind the net. Larson sends it down low. Over to a guy up top. Back to Larson. Adam Larson. He's going to take that wrist shot. It's going to get blocked in front and deflected into the corner. Freddie Gaudreau. Freddie Gaudreau. Quinn Hudson tries to make a pass, intercepted, but the Oilers are still going to get it out. Larson back to his deep partner. Szymanski passes it off to Regula. Regula up to a guy. He's going to lose it at center ice. It's going to go back to Darnell Nurse. 8 minutes left here in the third period. Edmonton has 33 shots on goal. Seattle only has 17, but Seattle's winning 4-2. Mariala is going to send it around to the point. Puck is going to get thrown on net. Jocord is going to make the save. Kulak. Clattenburg. He's going to send the puck around to Emberson, but it's not going to reach him, and the Kraken are going to intercept. Back to the point. Cale Fleury, he's going to take that shot. It's going to go wide. Emberson against 2 Kraken. The Oilers with support grab it. Here comes Clattenburg. He's going to drop for Mariala. Mariala is going to send it across for Hamblin. And I'm not sure that's going to be icing, or it's not going to be icing. Might be offside. Nope, doesn't look like it. Play continues. Marchman goes cross ice. That's going to be offside. That is so going to be offside. Come on. Why are you complaining? Shane Wright. Not Shane Wright, but another player was complaining. It was so offside it wasn't even funny. All right, we have ourselves a commercial break. Let's check. Let's check what's going on in the world. What is going on in the world? What is going on in the world? We have that. Jeff Skinner has scored for the... Good Lord. Edmonton fumbled the bag big time with Jeff Skinner. I'm telling you right now. Late in the season last year, he was one of Edmonton's better players. In the playoffs, I thought he was one of Edmonton's better players. And, yeah, just like, what a joke. What a joke Jeff Skinner was. The way he was treated, not the way he played. Absolutely no, I didn't like it. All right. Mangiapane into the corner. Frederick can't corral the puck, and the Kraken are going to grab it, and they're going to clear it down into the center ice area. Lepinen's going to send it back to Troy Stetcher. Lepinen's going to get back, and he's just going to dump it into the Kraken zone. 6.5 minutes remaining here in the third period. Edmonton is running out of time. Not that it matters. You know, this is a preseason nothing game where most of the players are not going to be playing on opening night roster. Puck is going to roll in on Calvin Pickard, and he is going to make that save. Jaden Schwartz standing on the doorstep. in the corner. Regula pressuring that Katten guy. He's going to go back up top. He's going to get it back. He's going to get pressure, and he's going to give the puck away. Yeah, this guy's had a rough game. He's had a rough game for Seattle. I can tell you that right now. I don't know much about Seattle's players. This guy has had a rough game. He has taken 3 penalties. He's consistently given the puck away. He might have an assist or 2. I do not know. But for the most part, he has not been great for Seattle. And Beniers is going to send it around. It's going to go to Larson. Adam Larson. He's going to slap it back down. And nice little pickpocket play from this Kraken there. Jordan Eberle drops for number 12. He's going to throw a spin cycle. Larson's going to shoot. It's going to go into the corner. Number 12 is going to pick it back up. He is going to send it down low for Beniers. Or for, is that Beniers? I think that is Beniers. Yeah, that is Beniers, number 10. It's a 5-player pile in the corner. Puck is going to come out to Darnell Nurse. He's going to throw it over to Ike Howard, who's just going to chip it out of the zone and go for a change. 4:45 left in the third period. Alexiak, he's going to send it up. It's going to get collected by the Kraken, and they're going to dump it into the Oilers zone. Embers drops for Kulak. Over to Szymanski. Szymanski's going to find Quinn Hudson. Hudson's going to roll it in onto Cord. He's going to go behind the net. He's going to get it out. That's not a tripping call somehow. I guess because the guy didn't fully fall. Kulak over to Szymanski. Szymanski tried to split the D, couldn't do it, but he's going to get a stick in the passing lane. The Kraken are still going to get it out. Kulak. Behind the net, back for Emberson. Ty Emberson sends it up to a guy. Sends it over to Mariala. Mariala back for Kulak. Kulak sends it around for Emberson. Ty Emberson up to a guy. Tried to send it up to Mariala. Intercepted by the Kraken. And here come they're in the zone. Kraken. Send it around. Intercepted. Here come the Oilers. Mariala is going to skate with it. Mariala looking over. Finds a guy in the slot. Back to the point. Shot. Puck deflects wide. Mariala. 3:20 left. A couple of Oilers get trussed up in the corner there. And the Kraken are going to come away with it. Mariala gets in the way of that Kraken player. And they're going to send it back. Really interesting to see if Edmonton decides to pull Calvin Pickard here. Nope, Pickard is still in the net with 3 minutes to go here in the third period. Oilers are going to dump it in on Decord, who's going to throw it down the ice. Oh, and Pickard was out of the net. And if he was not there, that's a goal. Joey Decord went for the empty netter. And he would have scored that if Pickard had not gotten back into the shooting lane. Wow, we almost had a preseason goalie goal against Edmonton. Well, the Oilers have pulled Pickard, so it's a 6-on-5 now with 2:20 left here in the third. Lepinen, he's going to dump it into the Kraken zone. It's going to go off the stanchion and hit the back of the net. And the puck is going to get cleared out. Frederick back to Nurse. He's going to drop for Lepinen. Lepinen's going to start it up. He's going to send it over to Mangiapane. Mangiapane's going to get the puck into the Oilers zone. That puck is going to get cleared out. And Lepinen's going to find it. But it's going to go... He's going to give it right to Freddie Gaudreau. He's going to get blockered off. And with 1:40 left, Lepinen's going to start it up. Again, Lepinen over to Savoy. He's going to go try to find Mangiapane. It's going to find its way to Kapanen. Over to Lepinen. Lepinen over to Kapanen. Kapanen back to Lepinen. Lepinen back to Kapanen. The two Finns playing trade the puck. Nurse is not going to keep it in. The Kraken are going to find it. And They had an opportunity to ice it with a minute 10 left. They're just going to play keep away right now. They're going to flip it into the Oilers zone. It's going to die right at the feet of Lepinen. He's going to skate it up. 58 seconds to go. The Kraken are unfortunately going to win this game. Edmonton is not going to be able to score a goal here. Back to the point. Kulak over to Lepinen. He's going to try and go cross ice. That's going to get picked off. But Kapanen does a good job of trying to keep that puck into the Kraken zone. It's going to get flicked back down to the Oilers zone. Kulak's going to be there to collect. 30 seconds to go. And the Kraken are going to win this game 4-2. But this game didn't really matter. Obviously, it's a preseason game. It doesn't really matter. Puck dumped back into the Oilers zone. 19 seconds to go. And Kulak is going to be there to collect. And that's going to be a final score here. 11 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the Seattle Kraken will hold on for the 4-2 victory. Like I said, this game it doesn't matter. It's a preseason game, but yeah. Not much else to say. Saw some performances tonight that I enjoyed. Some performances that still need work. But pretty much, I think for most of the players tonight, this was their last game of the preseason. Next game against the Canucks, I fully expect a full NHL caliber lineup from Edmonton. Yeah, not much else to say other than the Edmonton Oilers drop a 4-2 decision to the Seattle Kraken. Edmonton actually got outscored by Seattle 8-3 in the 2 preseason games they played, but it doesn't really matter. Like I said, it is preseason. We're here for regular season hockey, which, as I said, is happening 6 days from now because it is now 12 o'clock, so it is now Thursday, October 2nd. Oilers' final preseason game tomorrow night against the Vancouver Canucks. I fully expect a full NHL lineup from Edmonton. If there was one, I think some final roster cuts are going to happen here today, and potentially tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, like I said, this game is a preseason game, Game 7, not to be taken seriously at any point in time. But the Oilers do drop the 4-2 decision to the Seattle Kraken. Next game is tomorrow night against the Canucks. I believe that is a 7 o'clock. What is that start time? Let me just double check here. That is an 8 p.m. Mountain Time. So it's going to be at the same time here, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. That's going to be for the stream. Like I said, I do expect the a more NHL heavy lineup from Edmonton than what we iced tonight. And this was sort of like the final showcase from some of the rookies. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, I fully expect guys like Atro Lepinen to be sent down eventually, as he doesn't require waivers. It'll be interesting to see who's playing with Brett Kulak on the third pair. I think Stetcher has the inside track as he has the most experience. But Emerson and Rugula are knocking on that door, so it'll be interesting to see what Edmonton does. Other than that, not much else to comment on tonight's game. Just an AHL lineup playing an NHL caliber lineup, and the result is what you'd expect. That being said, I mean, Edmonton did heavily outshoot Seattle 34-17. So, but it is what it is. Oilers lose 4-2 to the Seattle Kraken. Their next preseason game is tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Mountain Time against the Vancouver Canucks. They will be in Vancouver. I will be back streaming that game for you guys with the scoreboard and all that. I want to thank all who showed up, all who tuned in, and I want to thank you all. And I will see you guys tomorrow when Edmonton takes on the Vancouver Canucks in the final preseason game before the regular season. And of course, I will have opening night game 1 against the Calgary Flames on next Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And I will be trying to do as many games during the season as I can. I can't guarantee I can do all, but I will try to do as many as I can, especially since I'm going away for Christmas. So, but with that said, I want to thank all of you guys for coming out. And I will see you guys for tomorrow's stream. Oilers lose 4-2 to the Seattle Kraken. Have a good night, guys. Take it easy, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.